chair calls Admiral J.W. Crawford III, President of Texas Southern University. Admiral, welcome to Article 3.
Thank you, sir. Pleasure to be here. Chairman Kitzman, Vice Chair Martinez, distinguished members, House Committee on Appropriations, Subcommittee on Article 3. I'm James Crawford and privileged to serve as the President of Texas Southern University. I thank you for the opportunity to appear before you today to discuss the direction and fiscal priorities of the university. Although I'm new to Texas higher education, I must say I've been received with extraordinary warmth and kindness by everyone here in the Capitol. The perspectives, insights, and observations offered to me have been incredibly helpful to my thinking of how I want to lead this university into the future. Well, I'll come before you to discuss the university's appropriations request. My fundamental purpose is to start the building of a relationship of trust. Without trust, little can be accomplished. With trust, there's no limit to what can be accomplished. As I ask for your trust, I recognize that trust comes with being true to your word, meeting the tasks set before you, and being accountable. I also acknowledge the history you no doubt have in mind in regard to past actions by some who have come before you representing the university that I now have the honor to lead. I've been on station a relatively short time. However, what I would offer on this matter of trust is that I have spent this time establishing a clear professional portrait of myself, reflecting reliability, good judgment, solid personal behavior and conduct, and a decision-making process focused on delivering positive outcomes for the Texas Southern student and meeting the demands of those who invest and appropriate funds for our university. I would also offer, as an additional seed of trust, a body of work based on excellence in mission accomplishment built over 3 decades of leading complex organizations in both favorable and unfavorable conditions and unpredictable environments. I bring that portrait, long substantive experience, and a passion for Texas Southern University students to this discussion today as we begin our journey of trust and verification. The resources requested under the Texas Southern University Legislative Appropriations request are significant, and I appreciate your solemn duty to prudently steward the state treasury of public revenues in your care. As a consequence, prior to submission, I thoroughly reviewed the university's appropriations petition to ensure it was thoughtful, rationally based, and data-driven, and aligned with the objectives of this legislative body to deliver results for the citizens of Texas and meet the dynamic needs of the Texas workforce, consistent with the initiatives of the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board. Under my tenure, Texas Southern University will operate with an acute focus on student success, utilizing data-centric, evidence-based approach to ensure that every intervention, whether fiscal, academic, or operational, advances the institution's core mission. Every question, every answer, and every proposed initiative considered within the university, as well as each investment, including this appropriations request, begins and ends with student success. In short, how will the given action or investment contribute to student persistence, progression, completion, and career employment? Through data-driven interventions, enhanced academic support structures, and by implementing more tenured-track faculty engagement in Laurel Division coursework, the university has achieved upwardly trending outcomes for the Texas Southern student. First-time full-time freshman progression yielded outcomes of 22% in FY21. The FY23 upward swing yielded 26%, and 27% in the FY24, with a FY25 projection of 29%. The 6-year graduation rate yielded in FY21 was 23%. FY22 was 26%, with projections of 26% in FY25, 29% in FY26, and 32% in FY27. It is not the numbers that I would draw to your attention, That's not what I'm focused on, but the upward trend as a result of the targeted effort to steadily increase data points to meet and exceed state and national averages. HBCUs stand for excellence. The motto on the monument at the entrance of Texas Southern University states, "Excellence in Achievement." Excellence is exactly what this institution will deliver to the citizens of Texas in this legislative body. As I sit before you in support of the Texas Southern Appropriations request for this budget cycle, it is important I comment upon how Texas Southern University has used the resources you have already generously provided for student success. The upward trend in first-time full-time freshman progression and the 6-year graduation rate is a direct result of how the Academic Development Initiative funding has been utilized. This funding supported the deployment of tools for predictive analytics to provide early identification of at-risk students and allow real-time intervention, increase student engagement in student support programs, and a 24/7 tutoring platform, and increase live tutoring availability. These efforts, coupled with expanded faculty mentorship and structured learning communities, are increasing student resilience and thereby persistence. The comprehensive regional university funding has been instrumental in bolstering academic resources, expanding student support services, and enhancing learning delivery and the learning environment within Texas Southern. These efforts, facilitated by these funding streams in FY24, led to a 10% increase in first-time, full-time degree-seeking 4-year rate to 19%. That is less than half the state average, but as I noted, I am focused on maintaining and accelerating toward the trend to obtain ever-increasing outcomes for Texas Southern students. Furthermore, interventions supported by this funding resulted in Texas Southern achieving a 9% increase in first-time, full-time freshman fall-to-fall persistence, from 57% in FY23 to 66% in FY24. Traditionally, 85% of first-time, full-time freshmen persist from fall to spring. However, persistence from fall 23 to spring 24 was 88%. The fall 24 cohort of first-time, full-time freshmen surpassed this high mark, with the fall 2024 to spring 25 rate of 90.7%. Targeted programming enhancements like the Texas Southern Academy has enabled the university to provide robust high school to university bridge experience, making our freshman students more ready and better prepared for the rigors of higher education as reflected in the numbers I referenced. For many students, the decision to leave college is not academic, but economic. A student may be thriving in the classroom, engaged with faculty, and excelling in their coursework, yet financial hardship forces them to withdraw before completion. The Texas Southern student profile informs the university's strategic approach to this problem. With 40% of Texas Southern students being first-generation college attendees and 78% Pell eligible, the university recognizes that academic initiatives must be matched with corresponding robust social and economic support structures. A recent action to combat fiscally driven student stopout is the Tiger Promise, established in December 2024 for qualifying Texas residents. The Tiger Promise provides funding to cover mandatory fees and tuitions subject to eligibility requirements. This initiative was designed and executed by using the resources we have in a more packaged and effective way to incentivize entry and completion in 4 years. The Tiger Promise is a reflection of my obsession with cost and debt. I was drawn to Texas Southern University because I was once one of these students in a family with limited financial resources and no means to attend college. To my good fortune, I grew to be 6'7" and could run up and down a hardwood court. That was my blessing. Now my obligation is to devise means for more and more students to attain the keys to vibrant lives, enduring careers, and community service. Alleviating the financial burden of higher education on our students through judicious use of the funding you appropriate is a duty I take extremely seriously. Once the Texas Southern student is on board, we're employing our resources to fund approaches to capture the student's attention, like the Tiger Stripe program, that publicly highlights academic achievement, similar to how we spotlight athletic achievement, making it cool to excel in athletics, academics. Incentivizing students to stay the course on a 30, 60, 90, 120 credit hour progression becomes an infectious personal brand as students walk around campus with the visible evidence of the tiger stripes obtained by meeting these waymarks. 800 students earned some level of tiger stripes in FY24. 2,900 students attained some level of academic list achievement. These are substantial percentages of the overall undergraduate population. I'm intensely focused on ensuring we employ our funding to maximize student returns. I asked the Texas Southern Financial Operations and academic teams to dissect every appropriations from the 24-25 biennium cycle to drive the use of funding consistent with the intent reflected in these appropriations. The university will do the same with the 26-27 appropriation in whatever measure this body allocates. The integrity of our academic enterprise is reinforced by our commitment to strategic faculty deployment, by ensuring that tenured faculty actively engage with lower division students. We foster an ecosystem of mentorship, knowledge transfer, and academic rigor, key drivers of student persistence, progression, and completion. As one last example of the use of funding previously allocated in 24-25 biennial cycle, recognizing that our faculty is the driving force of student success, I employed the funding appropriated to enhance faculty excellence to implement phase one of an ongoing three-phase compensation equalization effort to ensure Texas Southern faculty and staff are compensated in a manner that enables the university to retain its best talent and attract new and great talent. The specific asks in the support of Texas Southern student success in the university's exceptional items request is designed to deliver two objectives: continue innovation to achieve increased student advancement and increase Texas Southern's ability to develop, graduate, and place more K-12 teachers to meet the state's needs. Academic achievement is not an end unto itself, but must be focused on enabling sustained career success, which requires academic programs to be aligned with the market. Texas Southern is presently engaged in a comprehensive strategic assessment and planning effort to ensure programmatic and market alignment. A university's infrastructure is a direct determinant of student success. Nowhere is this urgent need for modern, secure, and technologically advanced facilities more pressing on the Texas Southern campus than the Thurgood Marshall School of Law. The Association of American Law Schools, a key part in shaping the American Bar Association accreditation process and standards for law schools, has informed Texas Southern in a written assessment that a law school's facility, due to health and safety concerns, as well as insufficiencies in learning delivery, does not meet standards, raising a risk to continuing accreditation. A legal education in today's modern world requires access to cutting-edge courtroom simulation technology, exposure to smart machine technology, and must mirror the professional environments where our graduates will serve. Texas Southern has submitted a $120 million capital project in the university's appropriations request. It is presently articulated as a debt issuance. However, recognizing this legislature has lots of weighty matters to address, including whether to issue debt, it is important that this appropriation not be contingent on this process. In view of the urgency of this requirement, Texas Southern University asked this body to consider a one-time appropriation to meet this need. I started this conversation speaking about trust and accountability, and I am prepared to define specific confidence measures that could be adopted to enable the legislature to maintain real-time view as to how these resources are being used, by two means. Texas Southern has engaged the Texas Facilities Commission as a potential project manager, should this funding be authorized. Their experience and expertise could offer substantial confidence in how this project is executed. Second, Texas Southern would institute a reporting regimen to ensure legislative insight and my accountability. Meeting this exigent situation to bring Texas Southern law education into alignment with contemporary legal education standards is critical. Facilitating the development of 21st Century Law and Policy Center that will enable program growth that is currently stunted. There is no higher priority for me than the safety, health, and welfare of those who live, study, and work on the Texas Southern campus. The loss of institutional enhancement funding is $13.7 million negative impact, substantially affecting campus security, cybersecurity in very significant ways. The university has employed institutional enhancement in very targeted means, including 36% for campus security infrastructure, 29% for business operations, supporting the essential services that maintain university's functionality and integrity. 17% is directed to technology support. I highlight this to underscore the direct relationship between the appropriations the university seeks and the safety, functionality, and resilience of the institution. The university is ready to work with you for the restoration of this funding in whatever construct this body deems. Finally, Texas Southern boasts a nationally ranked and recognized aviation program and is the only HBCU aviation program in the state, operating out of Ellington Field, presently with 10 aircraft. The program has grown approximately by 1/3 annually since 2018 and presently has 168 students with a 2030 projection of 300 students. However, the program is operating 40-plus-year-old aircraft. Texas Southern requests a $7.5 million allocation for fleet replacement to support and push the growth of this successful program, currently ranked within the top 50 in the nation. The Texas Southern University legislative request puts the student and their futures first. Every component of the request is designed to deliver results to our students and employ the public revenues appropriated to the university with prudent intentionality to deliver on expectations of this body for the university to meet its tasking as a general purpose institution of higher education and a special purpose institution for urban programming and development. Thank you for your time and your patience, and I welcome your questions.